Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Layback Greed fan. Make sure you go to my channel so you still talking about anything in my mind. Because I keep it motherfucking real, nigga. Like I've been doing from first video ever. So check this out. If anyone ever tell you a bitch or uh, or like soft or a pussy, whatever the case is, just because you cry, tell them niggas fuck them. You is no one is soft, bitch, whatever they want to call them, because they cry. Like, that's not meaning that you soft as fuck. Because that means you just showing your emotions. So anyone that shows their emotions and how they feel and they doing it through that way don't necessarily mean they sensitive or anything like that. Because everyone be wanting to put on this type of show and this type of face that, oh, I gotta be I can't, I can't show if I'm crying. If I show that I'm a bitch and people ain't gonna fuck with me even more because of that, man, fuck these niggas and shit. Cause if they accept you for what you is, and if you gonna sit there and cry because you're going through some deep shit and all that type of shit, then fuck them niggas. Because me personally, if I'm going through some deep shit, which really I haven't, and all this type of shit, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cry, show my emotions. If someone died that's close to me, I'm gonna fucking let tears out, which has been like years since I let tears out. My grandma died, so about 3 weeks ago, so, I let tears from that because I loved her and shit like that, and she loved me. She was a good woman, she was a good deal, anything like that. So it's kind of still shocking that I lose her. And I went to the funeral, stuff, shit like that. Um, I don't give a fuck what no one think about me. If they say, oh, he's soft as fuck or he pussy because he crying, I don't give a fuck about you, bro. Who the fuck are y'all? Like, even bitches, if y'all looking at me, oh, this nigga soft and sensitive and shit like that because of that, fuck y'all, nigga. I'm not none of that shit. See, me, I just let people talk. The people ain't supposed to be in your business anyway and shit like that. So the more you let them talk, the more they just gonna be like, damn, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with him. I can never figure him out. Damn, people be trying to be caught up in everybody's business and shit like that. So, people be worrying about the wrong ass things nowadays. Because I remember when I was a kid, I used to always be crying and shit like that, and spoiled and all this type of shit. I was spoiled. I ain't gonna lie. So I used to cry if I can't get my way, do a tantrum and everything like that. And used to cry because I used to, can't go nowhere and shit like that. And then my dad, I remember one day my dad was like, I still remember to this day, he said, don't you cry. He said, don't you ever cry or something like that, or I get you. Ever since that day, I just really haven't been crying like that. Like now it's like, it don't really affect me because I'm just losing a lot of people. Anyway, I just lose people all the time, so it's like, sometimes it's hard to shed tears because I could try to shed a tear and sometimes it don't even come out. It just be like probably like a couple tears and shit like that. But I don't give a fuck. Fuck what niggas say about me. If I'm going through some shit, deep shit, just anything in general, I'm going to fucking let that shit out. If I'm going through some struggles and shit, I'm gonna let that shit out. If one of my family members hurt or anything like that, or they in bad condition, I'm gonna let that shit out. I do not give a fuck. Like like niggas just don't even niggas just scared to show how they really is and what they really is and shit like that. Me, I'm not scared to show anything how I really is and how I get down and showing what I'm about and shit like that, because if I don't do that and then I be different around different people, and then certain people might see that, and then it's gonna be like you putting on this face for this crowd, or you don't let no tears out and shit like that. But when you around a different crowd, you do let tears out. So different people gonna be like, damn, like around me he let tears out, but then there's someone else like, dang, when he around me he did. So it's like I'm not the type that would do some shit and around certain people, whatever the case is, I'm gonna be the same way around whoever's around me. Whoever's around me, I'm gonna go ahead and be the same person, you know. Um, everyone keeps saying girls supposed to cry, men don't cry, men don't show it, but men hold it in too much, and then when they start crying, they feel embarrassing, and they try to hide like they ain't crying and shit. They gotta wipe their tears. They be like, "Damn, why you got tears?" And then you be like, "Well, nah, I was just yawning, man. I'm just tired as hell, you know. When you tired, you know, tears and shit come out. Nah, bro, not me. I'm gonna let people know what's going on, why I'm doing it. I'm gonna tell them all the information they need to know. And like when I was at work and shit like that, and whenever I heard my grandma this and that, cause my dad was telling me story that she was in the hospital and shit. I ain't gonna lie, kind of like cried and shit. I don't give a fuck, like, cause it's my grandma. I love her. Like anyone that's a loved one to me and really going through some shit or really going through shit that I really like gonna feel some type of emotion, whatever bad condition they in, I'm gonna fucking let it tear out. I don't give a fuck what people say. I'm gonna still do that shit. And um, so when I heard the information and shit like that, I was like, damn, like, the fuck? I'm not doing this and that, like, what the fuck? So, um, so I heard in my dad's voice, like, he was like, you know, sensitive and shit, but I didn't want to get deep into it, but once I heard that, and he was like, hey, you know, I was just chilling at home and shit, and he was like, and no one was telling me about my grandma information and shit. So my dad was like, hey, you know, tell me this and that, you know, like he told me some shit, and he started saying he was crying and shit. And he said your grandma might not live long, or whatever the case is. She battling this, she battling that, and shit like that. And he said once you come down, see her for the last, you know, her last days, because you never know, she might not. No one knows when she could be living long and shit like that. And you know, after from that time, it took her like almost a month more time for her to like when she passed and shit like that. And then, uh, you know, so when I was driving down there to see her and shit, I ain't gonna lie, I just broke down crying in my car driving and shit like that, cause it's like, dang, why the fuck I'm just losing people and shit, like niggas I went to school with, you know, shedding tears for them because a lot of niggas I went to school with and shit like that. It's still fucking me, and I lost my homeboy a day after my grandma and shit. So I lost him too. So it's just like, damn, that shit fucked up. That shit crazy. People don't really know what people go through and shit like that until they actually go through it and shit like that. So me personally, I just really just don't really be caring and shit like that. What people be thinking about me because at the end of the day, I could judge myself and I could, as long as I'm judging myself and not really caring about what people say, no matter what I'm doing in life, no matter if I'm rich or not like that, fans or haters and shit could say some shit about me. I never cared about that. So you can't judge a book by a cover if if you never read the fucking person you know, life and shit like that. But alright, peace out.